and Pop are so cute and precious, I'm gonna die. Also, this is my first time speaking in one of my videos. I'm making a great first impression by screaming at you. Anyway, Kevin's dream job analysis / theory because my tiny, bouncy peanut brain is obsessed with this short and I want to word vomit my thoughts onto poor internet goers such as yourselves. This is not going to be put together as well as it could be because I just want to share my thoughts as soon as possible. So enjoy that. Let's begin. Now, for those of you who haven't seen the newest short, that actually came out on Halloween. Look at that. Leave. Go watch it right now, please. It's very good. Why are you even watching this video if you haven't seen it? Come on. Alright, so for the rest of you, here's the basic plot and some details I've noticed. So the short starts with Kevin waking up and getting ready for the day, and then we get what I assume is a flashback for when he applied for the job and got hired, and then we cut back to the present day where he puts on his uniform and starts his first shift. Alright, so already a couple things here, just Kevin's fridge, I love all the small details here. His fridge magnets are obviously like the letters of his name. We get a Bill Cipher cameo because Gravity Falls is the best. More evidence that Kevin and Radford are good friends. I mean, Kevin has his birthday in like a starburst on his calendar. Kevin's parents, and also Kevin has his first day marked on the calendar with a smiley face. Poor guy has no idea what's coming to him. Also, Kevin's last name seems to start with a P, I guess, based on his signature. Alright, so back to the plot. No one comes by for the entirety of the first day, so Kevin decides to busy himself by stocking the shelves and cleaning up the store. Colors fade as the camera zooms out on Kevin because, you know, reality is starting to just come crashing in. And the color shifts are a consistent thing in this episode when reality hits, and I just love that little detail. It's very good. So then we get the first customers at night. And guess who it is? Skid and Pump. Oh my god, their old master's so cute, I'm gonna die. Anyway, this is the closest we've gotten so far to seeing their faces outside of photos. Even though we can't see their faces, we can see their hair. And Skid has Skidad's haircut, which I'll talk about more in a minute. So the spooky kids are, you know, yelling trick or treat, even though it's September, and they won't back down. Then they start to make a mess and Kevin loses it on them and demands to talk to their parents, and Skid, poor baby, starts crying. Kevin asks Pump about it and Pump is casually just like, oh yeah, his dad's dead. So yeah, he gets 2 buckets of candy and apologizes for yelling at them, and the bright colors are back. Hooray! The two thank him and Pump gives him a gift, which is a brown bag. Kevin thanks them and tells them they can just call him by his first name, Kevin. The two say goodbye and run out of the store, and we can actually see a messy and exhausted Lila waiting for them, who somehow doesn't hear a grown man screaming at her son. Anyway, Kevin opens the bag, revealing a bunch of bugs that start crawling onto him. The colors dim down again, and he stares forward, now traumatized, as a series of clips begins to play. Oh, look, the spooky kids are playing with a bunch of cats. Aw. Hey, now they have their masks. Candy fight! And spooky zombie kids, and Patty's done with her job. Oh, the kids are making a pentagram. Why is Skid lying in the middle of this foreshadowing? Hey, the pentagram works! Oh yeah, episode 3 after Roy beats the kids up. Jerk. At least they got some candy, though. Hey, Sugar's here, too. Gotta be episode 4. Everyone's in their winter outfits, and Roy's stealing a bunch of candy. Hey, look, the happy fella's here now. Oh, he's dead. And the kids are bandaging up traumatized Kevin. Aw. Candy Fight 2.0! Rick is here now. Carmen is here, and Rick hates his life. Now Bob is here, and he wants to do a murder, but fails and gets a tummy ache, and Rick quits in the background. Oh, that job didn't last long. Hey, Frank's back from vacation. Aw, he and the kids are doing a photo shoot and committing robbery. How cute. Hey, episode 6 now. Oh, geez, Father Gregor sure talks a lot. Skid and Pump are trying to pray. Radford is swinging holy water around like a maniac, and Kevin is still traumatized. Now Alex is sneaking up behind Kevin and possessing him, and hey, the kids are having a candy party again. Oh, wait, why is there a hole in the wall? Is this episode 7? Okay, Roy's definitely lying his ass off to the kids to get them to go do something dangerous. And now Susie is giving him shit, and she's running off after the kids. Oh, look, Russ and Robert are also giving him shit and running after the kids. Roy is not happy. Wait, hold on, are those eyeball branches? Lila and Jean are here with Jack and John. Are you looking for the kids? Oh no, now they're screaming at traumatized Kevin. Boyfriend! Oh my god! And the eyeball branches are gone. It looks like the wall might get fixed soon too. Hey, there's a spider now. Why is there a spider? Is this another future episode? Yeah, Skid and Pump are unbothered by what is happening around them, as per usual. Aw, look at them chasing the spider. Wait, what the shit? The cultists? What are they doing here? Kevin, look at it! The wall's fixing. Holy shit, is that Skid? That's Skid! Skid, no! Skid, don't go! Skid, don't go with it! And then Kevin's alarm goes off, revealing the whole thing to be a dream. Kevin shuts the alarm off and the credits play with a cute little animation in the corner. Well, that just happened. I was expecting a silly show with like spooky undertones like we got a Striver's rehearsal. I was not expecting to be hit by Lord and see a poor baby walking in danger. Alright, so I don't think we need to go over the clips from the past and the past episodes. I think they're pretty self-explanatory. It's the clips from the future that I'm interested in. Before that though, I am going to circle back around to Skid's hair. So Skid has the same haircut as Skid Dad, and Lila and Skid don't have their matching hairstyles yet. Lila also looks very tired and messy. She's in public with slippers on, for God's sakes. Only depressed people do that. Skid also cries immediately upon from Kevin mentioning their parents. In episode 6, Skid simply looks away sadly when Father Gregor mentions his dad, which implies to me that a good chunk of time has passed in between meeting Kevin and the present. So based on all this, it can be inferred that Skid dad had recently just died, quote unquote, by the time this short takes place. You know what, this could actually also explain why Skid doesn't like his current haircut, because he now no longer has his dad's haircut. Lila got the same haircut to make him feel better. Maybe she's the one who made him get the haircut. Anyway, time for lore now. Alright, so we get completely new snapshots of scenes, giving us glimpses into what I believe are future episodes. I mean, it can't be a troll, right? It can't be like when we all thought Spooky Month Soundtrack Volume 1 was going to be the plot of episode 6, right? So this section will mostly be me theorizing, because the snippets are so short that when we don't really get much context of what's going on, I really don't know what to expect from these episodes. So I also feel it's important to point out that the clips from episodes 1 to 6 are exclusively scenes that happen in the Candy Club, so we can reasonably assume that these are new clips that take place here as well. Adding more evidence, Lila and June go to the Candy Club when they're searching for their sons, probably because they know they go here pretty often. Thus, the scene with traumatized Kevin getting screamed at occurs. And also, Skid would absolutely show his dad around town and introduce him to literally everyone he knows. Don't fight me on that, you know I'm right! Episode 7! Clearly, we're in the middle of cold weather season now, as the spooky kids, Hacking, and Susie are all wearing winter attire. I'm going to assume it's likely December, as Pump mentions that it's Hangover Spooky Month in episode 6, which is clearly referring to November. Oh, and also the calendar in the Candy Club says November, I guess. So we're probably in December now. This isn't relevant, this is just more word vomit for my brain to dump onto you. Anyway, the main antagonist is gonna have something to do with those spooky black eyeball branches we see in the series of clips. Whatever it is, Roy is absolutely trying to get the spooky kids to go to the source of it, you know, kind of like he did with the house on the hill in episode 2. Obviously, the other teenagers in the room know that he likely led them somewhere dangerous, so they all give him shit and dip to go find the spooky kids. Roy is upsetty spaghetti about this, and obviously a little hurt. Who knows, this could be the episode where he gets a redemption, and he could end up going to help Susie and his friends. After this, we can infer that the 6 of them are gone for quite some time, as Lila and June show up with the police screaming at a traumatized Kevin. You know, given that all the kids come to the Candy Club often, the moms are probably assuming Kevin knows where they are. John is taking notes on whatever Kevin's response will be, and Jack is taping off the giant hole in the wall. What follows is probably going to be the 6 kids finding whatever the spooky thing is, and Skid and Pump will try to spooky dance with it, and then the adults will find them, and Jack and John will properly deal with the spooky thing after that. Episode 7.5 will get a non-canon F&F crossover. Unless... No, it's definitely not going to be canon. It's just a fun little breather before we get to the 10th lore. Episode 8. Remember how there's a spider in Skid's attic? Well, here it is now. I'm assuming this is episode 8, given how disconnected it seems from the previous clips. And also the spider fun. Get it? Because this is episode 8, and spiders have 8 legs. And it makes sense because episode 6 is based around religion and the devil. Even though we see the spider at the end of episode 6 and it's referenced in the real ending, I refuse to believe that it's connected to episode 7 because the pun is too important. So, the spider. We only ever see it in Skid's attic. The spider is probably Skid Dad's pet, honestly, given that it's in the attic with the rest of Skid Dad's stuff. So, we know the spider's probably going to get at the attic somehow. I mean, it's a pretty big-ass spider, so it probably just broke through the wall with minimal effort. So, why did it stay in the attic the whole time if it could have just easily escaped? Well, it might have been a way for Skid Dad to spy on his son and ex-wife. Maybe something related to the Eyes of Everything, or something happening right now, and that's why the spider leaves. Maybe we're joining Skid Dad. Maybe that's why in case the spooky kid's in webs to keep Skid secure and go to Skid Dad. No, okay, I'll admit, that's a stretch, but the spider is definitely up to something and you can't convince me otherwise. Also, side note, I love how Skid just leaves Pump in the webs, and Pump is totally chill with it. And I think what we see of the cult is a post-credits scene, given that every post-credits scene since episode 2 involves the cult somehow. The cult has swarmed the candy shop, and one of them holds a sign and black knife over traumatized Kevin's head. Note that it's the same knife one of the cultists held to Father Gregor in episode 6, so that could maybe be the cult's main weapon of choice, who knows. Now, Kevin will obviously be fine by episode 9, so it's possible that the cult might not directly interact with him in this episode. And if they do, they might only question about the spider something, I don't know. And alright, and now on to the really big stuff. Episode 9! Okay, let's be real. We all knew Skid Dad was alive and evil. I mean, I wasn't expecting to see him so soon though. So yeah, anyways, at some point around episode 9, Skid Dad is gonna reveal himself to be alive. And note that neither Lila or Pump are around, so Skid Dad is clearly trying to make sure he interacts with his son in isolation. Oh no. He does seem to entertain Skid though. Skid is clearly thrilled to have his dad back, and based on how he excitedly points Kevin out to Skid Dad, he's probably showing him around town and introducing him to everybody he knows. Skid Dad goes along with it, and he also gets Skid some candy. Oh my god, someone please save this poor boy. He's 100% going to take Skid to the cult in this episode. I mean, why else would he be here? I imagine that Skid Dad is also probably going to be very dodgy in this episode, like avoiding spaces with too many people or the police, and poor Skid is probably not going to notice. Based on his evil grin at the candy club, I'm assuming he's probably pretty confident with meeting people in isolation. Which is exactly what he's doing with Skid here. Oh no. As for what everybody else will do in this episode, I have no idea. We don't get much here. Whoever Skid introduces his dad to will probably just be very confused about what's happening. Lila will absolutely flip her shit when she finds out what's happening, and Pump will probably be confused to where his friend went, and I'm gonna end up crying because these kids are too pure and I don't want to see them get hurt. Alright, episode 10. We, only have a single frame to work with on this one. This frame could either be from episode 9, either at the end of it or at a post-credit scene, or sometime in episode 10. For the sake of this theory, I'm going to say episode 10, given that this is the episode where they're going to have to deal with whatever the hell that thing is. So, the scene's now black and white, probably due to the veiny diamond shape in the sky. I would have thought it'd be cyan or something, but hey, maybe it's just for dramatic effect here. Anyway, the store is completely destroyed, and we can probably assume the rest of the town isn't faring much better. The diamond shape is spreading black vein things across the sky, so that's probably bad. I don't really have much else to say here, other than the fact the diamond could be eyes, based on the veiny shapes and the tentacles or whatever, but we don't really have much to work off with this frame, so moving on. I want to point out Kevin, too. He's dead now. Whether this is literal or for dramatic effect has yet to be seen. If it's dramatic, then it just reinforces the severity of whatever the hell is happening outside. And if it's literal, then, well, rip Kevin. Hey, remember when Pello said Kevin died in episode 5? And we found out that wasn't true? Well, maybe he does die after all, who knows? If we're going with that theory, then he likely dies in the candy club, given that he's still standing behind the counter as a skeleton. And if they kill Kevin, they better make it heroic somehow, like protecting the spooky kids or something, I don't know. Hey guys, do you remember episode 1 and how silly it was compared to now? Man, how times change. Anyway, brain dump over. Let me know if I missed anything. Bye!
Booga booga!